Okay. Right. Next is the portable. Portable. What is the portability? Portability stands for, suppose in the C language, some instructions will take the 1 byte instruction. That means the instruction length is the 8-bit. So just like the add, subtraction, this is the called as a uh, byte instruction. Okay, this is called as a instruction. Okay, similarly, some instruction will take the 2 byte instruction. So I'm discussing in terms of the machine language. I'm discussing in terms of the machine language. In the machine language, instructions are nothing but what to do, what the operation to do. So for this, we can use the instructions. So you are writing the one instruction C is equal to A plus B in the C language. So what is the internal? That is the machine language. In the machine language. So there is a big process inside the instruction process. Okay. So I'm not discussing here. I'm just discussing. So that's why some instructions will take the 8-bit operation. Some instructions will take the 16-bit operation. Some instruction will take the 32. That means for according to the instruction, the size, that is number of bits will be taken. But here we can use each and every instruction will occupy the 4 bytes. Each and every instruction will occupy the 4 bytes. 4 bytes. So within the 4 byte, you can use the 8-bit, or you can use the 16-bit, or you can use the entire bit. That is the 4 byte stands for 4 into 8-bit. That is called as a 32-bit. So that is called as a portability. So length is the size of the instruction size is the 32-bit. So within this 32-bit, you can write anything, whether you can use the 8-bit instruction, whether you can use the 16-bit instruction, or whether you can use the 32-bit instruction. So that means it is a portability. Next to performance. So performance stands for wherever you go, you are performing very well. Then you are a best performer. Okay, suppose if you are doing the job. So if you change, here you are act as a good performer. Later you can change another company. Again you can showing your performance. That is very good. So that's why here Java is also high performance. Whatever it may be the operating system, it can be compatible. So it is the best performance. Okay, whether you are going to any mission, laptop, iPad, or desktop, or server, whatever it may be, it is a best performer. It is a best performer. So that's why its performance is very high. Next is the multi-threaded. Multi-threaded stands for multi, more than one, threaded function. Can you please mute yourself, please? Okay, threaded means work. So it can perform more than one work at a time by using the multi-processing system. I think somebody please mute your mics. Please mute your mics. Okay, next is the dynamic. Next is the dynamic. Dynamic stands for you are designed the Java language. Okay, at the starting you are designed certain instruction. Suppose as the time goes on, your instruction should be increases. Okay, your instruction should be increases. So that means it is easily added. So it can easily implemented. So that's why this is called as a dynamic. So here you write it was designed to adopt an evolving environment. Evolving. So new features should be added. So then it is easily acceptable. So certain languages cannot be accepted easily, but in the Java language point of view, it is easily acceptable. Okay. So this is the total features of the Java language. So just recollect all the information. Language is the simple. It is a completely object-oriented program. That means every program is related around the object point of view, and these are uses in the computer networks. And it is a very robust. That means you can easily remove the error and easily find out the error, and it will be solved easily. So security is very. So now most of the companies can be invent 50% to the security purpose, because they don't lose their information. So that's why the Java language can be used with the security, most secure. Next is the platform independent and architectural independent. So that means whatever it may be the operating system, it can be used. It can be used. Portability. So that means single instruction. The same single length is fixed, but it can be used for any type, whether 8 or 15, 8 to 16 or 32-bit. Okay. Right. Next is the performance is very good. So whatever it may be the CPU, whatever it may be the architecture, whatever it may be the computer, it can be executed. And multi-threaded. Multi-threaded stands for more work should be performed at a single time. So that is called as a multi-threaded. And the dynamic, accept the new environment. Accept the new environment. So this is a very important thing. Okay. Right. Next is the, suppose you are writing the program. Okay. So where can you write the program? Where can you write the program? Execution is secondary. Execution is same. But where can you write the program? That is called as a editors. That is called as a editors. The first one is the, what are the different types of editors are there? First is you can write the program in the notepad. You can write the program in the notepad. Or you can write the, this is called IDE. This is the IDE. So NetBeans is a one of the platform, one of the editors. And next one is the Eclipse. Eclipse is a one of the developer. Okay. And next one, Java NE. So here you can write the program either in the notepad and then execution, or either you can write the program in the NetBeans and execute. Either Eclipse, you can write the program and you can execute. So I can show you how to write the program and execute in the notepad, NetBeans or Eclipse. At least, okay, at least one, either Eclipse, notepad is compulsory, and either NetBeans or Eclipse. Okay, right. Next, this is the basic features of the Java. So what are the applications, types of applications? Okay, what are the features of the Java and what are the editors? Okay, next. So now this is the sample program. Okay, this is the sample program. So I want to write the Hello Java. I want to write the Hello Java. So this is my program. So this is a program. In this program, so I already mentioned that any program contains the two important things. One is the class and second one is the object. So this is called as a class. So if this class having a name, simple. So this class having a name, simple. You can name it anyone, but except the reserved words. You can name it any word except the reserved words. Next, this is the main program. So in a C language, wherever the main is there, the program execution always starts from main. So that's why this is the main. So the execution starts from main. Next, second thing is the object. Where is the object? So let us take, this is called as the system.out is a object. System or .out is a object. This object calls the function println. So once it calling the println, then this instruction prints the output Hello Java. I can show you how the program is executed and how the program output is available. So just, okay, and share. Okay. Please wait. Yeah. So is my screen is visible to all of you? Can anybody respond, please? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Okay, right. So let us take, this is the small program. So what I'm saying is here class. So that means this is the class. Inside the class your program is there. So what is the class name? Simple. The class name is the simple. And where is the main? This is called as a main. Okay. So what is the object here? System.out. So what is the function? Println. So this object called the println. So then it will print the hello Java point. So first thing you can write the program. What is the second step? I think whether you are writing the instruction properly or not. If the instructions are properly, then it can be executed and you will get the output. Okay. So then first I want to compile and run the program. Okay. Right. So then what you want to printing? Hello Java point. So this is called a hello Java point. Hello Java point. So this is a program. Okay. Now there are certain rules and regulations of the program. What are the program? What are the rules and regulations? The first regulation, Java is a case sensitive. Case sensitive. So that means if you are writing the one particular manner, again, if you are doing the same thing, the same manner, it should be executed. Otherwise, it should not be executed. So let us take, you are writing the simple. So what is the first letter? Yes. Yes is the capital. So that's why if you want to run this program, then you can write the simple with the capital S at the starting. Suppose if you're writing the simple, then it is not executed. That's why the program is a case sensitive. The program is a case sensitive. First point. Okay. Second point. Suppose the program, so in the C language, if you are writing the program, then you are saving the program with some extension .c. So here you can save the, what is the class name? Yes, capital S, IMPL is simple. So you can save the program simple.java. Simple.java. So the second thing, first thing, it is a case sensitive. Second is it can save the program with the class name. What is the class? This is the class name. What is the class name? Simple. So how you are indicating, you can save with the same, with the extension Java, simple.java. Okay, right. You can save that. So what are the rules for the name of the class? Name of the class. Number one, the first letter is a alphabet. And this is the name. So as per English language, names are nouns. So nouns always indicating with the capital letter. First letter is a capital. So that's why the first letter is a capital. And the next one is onwards. You can use any combination, either small letters or either numbers or alphanumeric letters. You can use any one. But the rule is, the first is the simple. So yes is the capital letter. So the class name first letter is always capital and it is a letter. Okay, but don't use any special symbols or any numbers. Okay, that's why this is the first rule. Second rule, second is the after execution, it will create. This is called as a simple. So this is called as after run that it can create a simple dot class. Simple dot class. Simple dot class. But the class is, I'm not representing here, so it is not problem. So but after execution, even that is after compilation, it will create a bytecode. So then the compiler will give the bytecode as what is the name of this simple. So that's why you are getting the simple dot class. So class is not I'm showing here. So that is a bytecode. What is a bytecode here? Simple dot class. So you can just simple. So if you are typing the simple and execute, then it should be executed. Otherwise, it is not executed. So that's why I'm saying that. Second thing, okay. Suppose there are certain rules. First one, this is the object already I mentioned, and this is called as a class already mentioned. So inside the class, the objects are written. Next one, how to there is a different thing. This is the instruction and there is a statement. Instruction is different from statement. So how to differentiate the statement with the instruction? So here you write the system.out.print hello. It is the instruction. Suppose if I want to create this as a statement, there are three different ways are there. First one, 2 forward slashes. 2 forward slashes for a single line. And another one is the forward slash star between some statements. At the ending, you can write the star forward slash. This is the another method. Third one is the slash forward slash, okay, and double star, and there are certain statements, then the star forward slash. What is the difference between statements and instructions? Statements never execute. These are not the part of the program. This is just to indicate a statement. This is not the execution. So that's why to differentiate between the statement and the instruction, we can use the slashes. Okay, right. This is the some idea about the programming. Okay, right. Later I can discuss in detail for each and every time. Next. Okay, now you have the clear idea. So what is the simple program? All right. Next. So up to now we are discussing the Java basics. So that is what is the introduction, what are the types of the programming, what are the platforms, and what is the importance, what is the features. The next topic in our syllabus in the first unit is the data types. Data type. So why we are writing the program? That program is nothing but a collection of instruction. The instruction can perform certain operation on the data stored. So what are the different types of data type? What are the different types of data? Okay, so in this point of view, I want to discuss one is the primitive and second one is the non-primitive. Primarily, categorization of the data types are two types. One is the primitive data type, second one is the non-primitive data types. Okay, so primitive. We are, at the starting stage, we are completely discussing about the primitive types. Later on, we can discuss the non-primitive types. So, what are the primitives? The first is the Boolean, and second one is the numeric. Categories in the primitive data type, two types. One is the Boolean, second one is the numeric. So, are you able that what is the Boolean? I hope you already studied in the first year. Okay, in the last year you already studied about the STLD. Okay, Boolean stands for true and false. True and false. Okay, so entire Boolean can be depends upon the true and false. So that's why this is called as a Boolean stands for true and false. Two chances are there, either true or false. True can be represented as a 1, false can be represented as a 0. Okay. Second one is the numeric data types. So first is the Boolean data type, second one is the numeric data type. So these two under the primitive data. In the numeric data type, there are two types of one is the character and the next one is the integral. First one is the character. So I think so many people understand that character is nothing but ABCD, capital and small. That's absolutely wrong. Numbers is also character. Okay, capital letters is also character. Small letters is also character. Special symbols is also character. Whatever it may be, the key is available on the keyboard of your computer. Each and everything is a character. Each character having a certain code. That code can be, there are different methods are there. ASCII code, Unicode, XS3 code. There are different methods are there. So I can explain that. But the character is nothing but it is a alphabets, numbers, symbols, everything has a character. So before that there is a ASCII code is available. So now in the Java programming we are using the Unicode. Unicode. So don't worry, I can explain. Unicode. So to represent any character, you can use the Unicode. Okay, right. Next is the integral. In the integral point of view, there are two types: without decimal, with decimal. Without decimal, with decimal. So 9.5 and 9. So 9 is a integer, either plus or minus. 9.5 is a decimal. Okay. All right. So here the integer. In the integer, there are different types of length. Okay. So don't confuse. Instruction size is the 4 byte. But data may be different sizes. So don't confuse. I repeat again, instruction size is 4 byte. Okay, length of the instruction is the 4 byte. But integer maybe changes. First is the byte. That means that the length is only 8 bit. What is the maximum value? Range. That is called range. Range will give 2 power 8. Byte stands for 8 bit. Range is equal to 2 power 8. 2 power 8 stands for 255. 255. Suppose in the integer stands for minus value, 0 and plus value. So that's why the range is equal to minus 125 to 0 and plus 126. So total 256. Okay. So that's why the range is equal to byte. So how to find the range of the data? That is, the size is equal to 8 bit. Then range is equal to 2 power 8. N is the size. Then what is the range? 2 power n. So that's why in the short length, that is the 16 bit. That is the 2 byte. 2 byte. Integer is a 4 byte length. Long is a 8 byte length. 8 byte. Byte stands for 8. 8 byte. 8 into 8, 64. 2 power 64 is equal to 1 KB. Okay. 2 power 64. Okay. I'm sorry. 2 power 64 is a very, very important thing. 2 power 64. If possible, you can calculate. No problem. Okay. This is the integer types. That means there is no decimals. But suppose for the byte, short and integer, you are not specify this is the byte, this is the short and this is the integer. But for the long point of view, you can clearly mention L at the end of the data. At the end of the data, you should mention L, capital L. L stands for long. So that's why its size is equal to 8 byte. Next is the floating point. As the number size increases, you can use the exponential point, 2.5 into 10 power. So 1.9 into 10 power minus 19. Okay, so 2 power 34. So for that point of view, 2.5 into 10 power 34. You can represent like the floating point. Of course, you already known in the lower classes, you already studied in the C language. So float size is equal to 8 byte and the double. This is the 4 byte and this is called as a double. So to represent the float at the end of the data, you can represent the F. And for the double, you can represent at the end of that, you can use the small d. So that's why D for double, F for float, L for long. But character, you are not supposed to mention the C. For the Boolean, you can mention the B. Okay. So B and character, you are not supposed to. Okay. Byte, you can mention. You don't mention. Short, you don't mention. Integer, you don't mention. Long, you should mention. Float, you can mention. And double, you can mention. So on and average, the total types of, that is the primitive types of the data types are 8. Boolean, character, byte, short, integer, long, float, and double. Okay. So what I'm saying now, it can be represented in the table form. So please watch. So there are 3 parameters. First is the data type, second is the default value, and the third one is the default size. Boolean, how many states are represented? True or false. So 1 and 0. So that's why it requires how many bits? 1. So that 1 bit may be 0 or 1. So what is the default value? If you're not mentioned, then it is a false. So that means its value is equal to 0. Next is the character. So you can mention. So how to represent the character and byte? So this way. So quotation for backward slash U. U stands for Unicode. Its size is equal to 2 byte. Byte. You are not mentioned any specific. So that's why you are not mentioned it. It is a data type, its size is 8-bit. But in the character, you can mention clearly 0/U0065. 0065 stands for capital A. Okay. Next, short. Short is equal to 2 byte. You are not mentioned the yes. Okay. And integer, it's a 4 byte. You are not supposed to mention byte, short, integer, anything. But for the long, already says that you can represent L. So L for long. So it's a capital L, but don't put the small l. Small l never accepts. Okay. Next is float. Float is equal to decimal. So 0.0 F. F stands for float. So this float is equal to 4 byte, but how many decimals it should be accepted? So they can provide up to 6 to 7 decimals in the float point of view. 6 to 7 decimals. But in the double point of view, its the size is equal to 8 byte. So up to decimal, how many decimals? So after point, how many decimals it should be accepted? 15 decimals. 15 decimals should be accepted in the double point of view. So this is the data types. Okay. So this is the data type and this is the default value. So default stands for if you are not assign any value, it can access a 0. Okay. So this is the 0 and this is the all is a 0, 0, 0, 0. Okay. So this is the brief introduction about the data types. Okay. In the next class, I can discuss some other points are there. So now stop the sharing. All right. So I want to finish this class now. Okay. Attendance instructors, please. Amma. Hello.
Sir, please post on YouTube, sir.
Amma.
Post
Hello?
this video in YouTube. Hello.
Yeah, definitely. So I request all the students. I can provide you notes also. I can supply the PDF format to you also. Okay, don't worry. Okay, ma. Right. Along with the slides, I can post. So you need not worry. Okay, I'm here. Okay, who is 49? So what's the problem? Hello. Voice is not clear, Nana. Hello. Hello. Okay, so I'm not able.
How do we have to use?
Okay, so time is over. I think you can attend the next class. Okay, so if you have any doubt, so please send your doubt into my WhatsApp number. So the same number. Okay. Okay, time is very less. You want to join the next class? I want to close this session. Okay, thank you. Okay, all of you leave.